Today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most secretive, most exclusive, and honestly, most influential figures in the entire world of high jewelry. This is the story of Jar, and it's a story that really makes you question what the word luxury even means anymore.
So let me ask you this. What if the most sought-after jeweler on the planet had no advertising, no website, not even a real store you could just walk into? It sounds kind of impossible, right? Well, that paradox is exactly what makes JRFR so incredibly fascinating.
And just look at this. This is the kind of work we're talking about. A ruby camellia brooch that looks so real you feel like you could reach out and touch the petals. The artistry here, the sheer technical skill, it's just on another level. This isn't just a piece of jewelry, it's a tiny sculpture. And it's why people are willing to follow some very, very strange rules to get their hands on one.
Okay, so where do these masterpieces even come from? Well, it all starts with the mystery of the shop itself.
So picture this. You're in the Place Vendôme in Paris. This is the absolute center of the universe for high jewelry. You've got Cartier, Van Cleef & Arpels, all with these massive glittering storefronts. And then you get to number 7, and there's nothing. No display, no sign, just a quiet, unmarked door with 3 little letters, J-A-R. It's the ultimate power move. It basically says, if you don't already know what this is, it's not for you.
So who's the person behind these initials? You might be surprised. His story is not at all what you'd expect from a master jeweler.
The man behind the legend is Joel Arthur Rosenfeld, and he was born in the Bronx. He went to Harvard, studied art history and philosophy, and then moved to Paris to become a screenwriter. He even opened a little needlepoint shop playing with colored yarns for designers from huge houses like Valentino and Hermes. It wasn't until a client asked him, totally on a whim, to design a setting for a gemstone that something just clicked. And in 1977, he and his partner Pierre Genet opened Jar. He came at this whole world as an artist first, not as a jeweler.
And that artistic mindset is key, because it completely shaped his business model, which basically takes the modern luxury playbook and throws it right out the window.
I mean, the difference is just night and day. Modern brands, they're all about being seen. Huge ad campaigns, stores everywhere, selling online. Jar is the complete opposite. Zero advertising. It's all word of mouth. He only makes maybe 70 to 80 unique pieces a year, and the entire focus is on the object itself, not slapping a brand name on it.
This quote from jewelry expert Julie Valade just says it all, doesn't it? There's no bargaining here. The power is 100% with the creator, which is something you almost never see today. So, how do you even buy one of these things? Well, you can't just walk in off the street. Nope. You need someone who's already a client to introduce you. Then, Rosenthal himself has to personally approve you. And this is the most famous part. He has actually refused to sell a piece to someone because he decided it just didn't look right on them. Think about that. It's not about making a sale. It's about finding the right home for his art.
And that's really the heart of it all. These pieces aren't treated like accessories. They're treated and valued like masterpieces of fine art.
The New York Times literally called him the Fabergé of our time, and it's easy to see why. His signature move is this incredible, microscopic pavé setting, where he sets tiny gems so close together that the metal underneath just vanishes. He's basically painting with gemstones, creating these unbelievably subtle shifts in color that are just, wow, breathtaking.
Take a look at this sheep brooch. It's so whimsical and charming, but it's also a mind-boggling technical achievement. That woolly fleece is made from a cascade of thousands upon thousands of tiny pearls and sapphires. It just goes to show his creativity isn't all serious and stuffy. It's full of humor and life.
And this butterfly, this is a masterclass in his signature technique. Just look at how the diamonds and sapphires and garnets all blend together. The colors are graduated so perfectly, so subtly, that it looks like it was painted with a brush, not crafted from stone. It's pure alchemy.
He also completely pushed the envelope with materials. This incredible elephant brooch has diamonds and sapphires, of course, but the actual structure is made of titanium. By using lightweight metals like titanium and aluminum, he could create these huge, dramatic, sculptural pieces that were still light enough to actually wear. That was absolutely revolutionary.
So why does the JR approach feel so totally radical in today's world? Well, there's a great concept that really helps explain it perfectly. It's this idea of a shift in luxury from a state of being to a state of having.
So academics talk about this big historical change in what luxury means. It used to be about being.
A state of excellence, a shared experience of incredible artistry, like a beautiful public building or a cathedral. But over time, that's transformed into having, the personal ownership of things, specifically branded, often mass-produced goods. Think a designer handbag.
This chart breaks it down so clearly. Traditional luxury, which is exactly where Jar lives, is all about pure artistic vision, always striving for perfection and creating timeless heirlooms that, as it says here, feed the spirit. On the other hand, a lot of modern luxury is driven by profit, by what's trendy right now, and by pandering the self. It's pretty obvious which camp Jar falls into.
So, what's that kind of old-school traditional luxury worth on the open market today? How about this number? $4.3 million.
Yep, that was the record-shattering price for this piece, the ruby camellia brooch we saw at the very beginning. That's what it sold for from the collection of the philanthropist Lily Safra at Christie's back in 2012. A number that big tells you everything you need to know about the value the world places on his unique vision.
And get this, most jewelry loses value the second you walk out of the store. But Jar pieces, they often sell at auction for double, sometimes even triple what they originally cost. They don't act like luxury goods, they act like investments in fine art.
Which brings us right back to our big question. After this journey into the secret world of Jar, what have we really learned?
By basically rejecting every single rule of modern business, Joel Arthur Rosenthal created a little bubble where pure, uncompromised artistry could thrive. His work, like this absolutely stunning brooch from way back in 1982, is completely timeless. It isn't about a logo or a trend. It's about a singular, powerful vision of what beauty can be.
So it kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on. In a world that is just saturated with logos and marketing and endless stuff, maybe true luxury isn't something you can just go out and buy. Maybe it's about rarity, maybe it's about artistry, and maybe it's about a story that's so powerful it doesn't need to shout to be heard. So what does it mean to you?